I didn't expect to see you again. I don't suppose you're here because you've changed your mind.
There's no going back, Sean.
Decided this for yourself? Or has it been fed to you by the corrupt societies above ground? It's not enough that I lay here dying. Now you plan on what? Destroying everything? Tell me then. Under what righteous pretense have you justified this atrocity?
It's for the greater good. The Commonwealth deserves to determine its own fate.
Spare me. You've spent time up there. You know as well as I that it's doomed. Well, none of it matters now, I suppose. You'll accomplish your task and ruin humanity's best hope for the future. The only question left then is why you're standing here. Is it regret? Or did you just come to gloat?
Sean, I hoped there was something more I could do. I wanted to save you.
This isn't some fairy tale, Mother. There's no saving me. I'm dying. And you're going to destroy everything I've ever loved. You're going to have to live with that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to be alone for my last few moments. Go. Do what you must. But I hope someday you realize what will be lost here.
Time for coffee.
I see how you're looking at me. Not saying I don't like it, just thought I'd clear the air. As long as there's some excitement at the end of the road. The next person that asks me to shag is getting a well-placed kick. If you get my meaning. We'd move faster if you kept your eyes on the road and off me arse. Only thing better than getting pissed is picking a fight. Am I right? Been too long since I picked a fight. Can't wait to get out of this goddamn heat. satisfying than a smoking gun and a pocket full of cats. Only thing better than getting pissed is picking a fight. Am I right? What I wouldn't give for a good stiff drink. Nothing's more satisfying than a smoking gun and a pocket full of cats. Enough of this slog. Just point us to the nearest watering hole.
Codsworth.
Shall I accompany you, Mum?
Yes, of course.
Right behind you, Mum. I've codified water.
Hey.
We are in business.
Status report.
We got activity, Des. Not sure how long before it peaks.
The Institut can make any plans. You need to do something. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded secret the Railroad has. It's time you learn about Patriot.
The focus should be on the Institute, not this Patriot.
Just listen for a moment. It's important. There's a man, or woman, we're not sure, inside the Institute who helps synths escape to freedom. Dozens of synths owe him their lives. We don't know his name. We've never had a way to contact him, so we gave him the code name, Patriot. If your plan works, and you're able to get inside the Institute, we need you to make contact. A response would be appreciated.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot's eyes only. Once he sees it, he'll contact you. Until you make contact, and probably after, you need to stay in their good graces. You need to infiltrate them. Can you do that? Can you be our agent on the inside?
Bring it on.
You can do this. I believe in you. Stand on the platform and I'll give you the holotape. Just plug it into any Institute terminal and wait for the reply. Tom, talk to me.
Booting up the scan sequence. The signal's still intensifying. Ready when you are. Just stand on the platform. I'll take it from there. Just stand on the platform. I'll take it from there. Just stand on the platform. I'll take it from there.
Nothing's more satisfying than a smoking gun and a pocket full of cats.
Desdemona.
Status report.
We got activity, Des. Not sure how long before it peaks.
The Institute is a huge unknown. Before we can make any plans, we need to do something. What I'm about to tell you is the most closely guarded... secret the RailRoad has. It's time you learn about Patriot.
I like the name.
There's a man, dozens of cities. If your plan works,
I can't do that. I need to find my son.
I'm confident you can find a way to do both. I leave it to your discretion. Tom's encrypted a message for Patriot.
Sure.
Until you make contact. Can you do that? Can you be our agent?
Bring it on.
You can do this. Stand on the platform. Tom, talk to me.
Booting up the scan sequence. Just stand on the platform. I'll take it from there.
I don't ask for much. Just a blue bottle and some break.
So stand still. We gotta lock in all those molecules of yours. Hopefully we won't miss any. There's only, 60 trillion of them. All right, feeding our baby some juice. Let's see what she's got.
Take this holotape. You need it to contact Patriot.
Oh, man, don't worry. That's all part of the plan.
Tom, do whatever you can to gain their trust. Lie. Tell them what they want to hear. Make up a cover story and sell it.
Come on, I think I got it. Establishing lock on the Institute signal.
Just get all the information you can. About synth. About the Institute's plans. Find their weaknesses. If we can disable or destroy the Institute, we may have to do it. You jack that holotape into any terminal and Patriot will make contact. He has to.
Got the R.I.P. We got it.
Find a way to save them. Nobody else can.
Now.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your
Sean?
son.
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean?
Who are you?
Sean, it's me.
Fa-
Sean.
What?
Shh. It'll please, Sean. I'm your mom.
Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's response, he's a prototype.
Right?
Please, let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Just...
I promised that,
Sure.
but I need you to... You have traveled. It's good to find... I am. Yes, in the vault. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant. Is it really so hard to accept? And here I...
Hell of a...
I'm glad you... At that time, the year 20... Scientific... So they followed...
Right? So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. Plenty of that was available, even in their attempts to shield. But then the Institute found me. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics, used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father.
Sean.
It really... I know you must have...
So, you're...
I am the acting... The Institute.
Sure? They need your help, Sean.
Oh, we've tried.
Right?
Surprised? The Institute once tried to help create a stabilized Commonwealth government. It ended in bickering, infighting. It was a disaster. No. We look after our own now. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know. Just give me time. What else can I say?
Kellogg.
Kellogg. It wasn't until I became...
You knew the man...
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vision. Institute technology prolonged his life, and he never failed the Institute. I won't lie. What else can I say?
Your father,
Yes,
right?
I've gone on for many years. With old age comes... But what matters now is that
Sure.
I know there's more for us. The Institute is on the verge of some... I've been a part of some... And now...
Yes, that's what I want.
I know. I know you've been through so much. Forgive me. I'd assume that after everything I'm sure there is much to be done. You'll need time to acclimate yourself. A chance to become a queen.
Is all that really necessary?
For now, it is...
Right.
The Institute is now. You'll want to introduce yourself. And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems.
Almost done. Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase-out on these older...
Excuse me, Doctor.
I don't know.
They weren't kidding.
Most of
You
them
really
have
are
lasted
here.
long past their
Well,
projected
all right.
lifespans.
I'm Allie.
If you ask me,
Allie Fillmore.
They were built
You can
pretty
think
well.
of me as the Institute's chief engineer. When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. It'll be a load off Sean's mind. Take your time. Get yourself acquainted. There's a lot to take in. Plenty of things you won't find topside. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
I'd like to know about the people in your division.
Of course. Dr. Lawrence Higgs is our mechanical engineer. He oversees the major life support and security systems. Power distribution is Dr. Evan Watson's area of expertise, and Dr. Newton Oberly is in charge of food and housing. He coordinates with bioscience to ensure that our meals are balanced for optimal nutrition. We also make use of a number of synth units for low-priority maintenance and labor. I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks again.
Of course.
Protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do. Good to see you. Feeling well today?
Doc?
Welcome. Welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
It'll take some time, but I could learn to like it here.
I'm so glad to hear you say so, and promise I'll work hard to make sure that you do. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
Nothing to report, ma'am.
Seriously thinking of heading over to robotics to knock some heads together.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting package upgrades I asked for. Maybe I should take some courses with me. You know, send a message.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see. Courses on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Hi, Doc.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity.
I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Why? Don't you trust me?
I'll be honest. You're an outsider.
The first outsider to be allowed access to the Institute in quite a long time, in fact. There's little precedent for this situation, so It's only natural to take extra precautions, It's nothing personal, I assure you. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
I'm sure it's best for everyone if the synths remain here.
Certainly. We can't allow sophisticated Institute technology to fall into the wrong hands. The results could be disastrous. Our main instrument is the Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, our Coursers are relentless. But I gather you know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a Courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to...
Right.
Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to it.
You mentioned that coursers undergo special training. Tell me more about it.
The SRB constantly monitors our Gen 3 synth population, looking for specific traits. Those who show tenacity, fearlessness, and independence undergo a rigorous training regimen. We teach them armed and unarmed combat, investigative techniques, psychology, and mechanical skills. Those who pass a final evaluation become coursers. The rest have their memories wiped and return to their former duties.
It's an honor to meet you, ma'am.
Coursers on the hunt are relentless. If you see one, you should stay out of its way.
Scanning. Subject identified.
All systems nominal.
On batch 274.
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results. You're here. Glad you made it.
Subject. There's still people, and they're suffering. We can at least admit that it's regrettable. After all, how can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well...
Hey, Doc.
Yes, well...
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
I look forward to learning.
In that case, let me give you a brief overview of what we do here. As the name implies, the Bioscience Division specializes in fields of study. Our most important directive, to that end, we cultivate highly special... We've even started to explore the idea of... You probably saw the gorillas. They're real...
Seems like there's nothing.
With hard work and ingenuity, I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is.
Uh-huh. I'm not sure how well I'll fit in, but I'd like...
Great! I was hoping you'd say that. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Tell me more about them.
On the whole, I'd say they were a success. Unfortunately, we had a few early setbacks. The creatures can become suddenly aggressive, and they're quite strong. They destroyed 2 of their synth handlers. So now we keep them in an isolated habitat where they can be safely observed.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing. At this point, she's just doing it for fun.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
Well, that was... Don't worry. I promise I won't get in your way.
Thank you, I do appreciate that. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institut at will.
Thank you. I'm sure that will come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institut, handy is something of an understatement. In case the significance is lost on you, you'll be the only one here with that kind of access. If nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you. Now, unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
I'd like a progress report on your division, if you don't mind.
Taking your new appointment in stride, I see. Very well. We've shifted resources off of other projects, like the Child Synth, to focus on Phase 3. I'm hoping that the above-ground efforts are successful. I understand those depend heavily on you.
It's me. So you're the one who sent the encrypted message. How did you even do that? I wasn't sure anyone on the surface would have a chance to crack Trinity. You know, the encryption algorithm.
A friend named Tinker Tom cracked your encryption.
He must have had some serious hardware to pull that off. Wow, your message was only one word. Friend. What did you mean by that?
The RailRoad sent me to look for someone they call Patriot. That's you.
What? The Railroad? As in the Railroad? And they gave me a code name too? I kept sending synths to the surface hoping someone would help them. I hoped the Railroad got to some of them, but I never knew for certain.
You've saved a lot of synths.
So much to take in. But wait, with you in the picture, I have this idea. To rescue a lot of synths at once. But we'll need help. Where's he working now? Right. Let's go to the West Atrium. Probably best to talk about something else right now. You know my father thinks it's a living hell on the surface. But that can't be right. Heck, you look positively normal to me. No offense. I'm not sure if we could ever make the surface actually a decent place to live. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't at least try to help, you know? Good. He's here. Z114. It's me.
Sir, do you require something?
It's okay, Z1. She's a friend. She's with the Railroad.
Meeting here is dangerous. And you bring a stranger. You. How do I know we can trust you?
Because the members of the Railroad have dedicated their lives to fight for your freedom.
I thought only Mr. Benet cared. But your friends actually fight for us?
That's what the Railroad does, Z1. She's from the surface.
I've never met another human willing to help. But, sir, we must make this quick.
Right now. How many synths want to escape, Z1?
The ones I know for certain? 13.
That'll take forever. Let's free those 13 all in one go.
I would do anything for my people. But how do we get them to the teleporter? It's no good. The old maintenance tunnels that lead there are always sealed. By the SRB.
If I can find a way to open those doors, could you get your synths to the teleporter room?
Yes. We'll talk later. Someplace more secure.
Just a few high-security doors, right? Controlled by cutting-edge SRB security tech. Yeah. A head-on hack is the sucker play. So we go at them sideways. You're willing to help, right? I can't do this alone.
Of course I'll help you.
Our core security architecture hasn't fundamentally changed from the old CIT days. The original security program was called Code Defender. Revolutionary stuff. We still have terminals running version 1, mothballed in storage. With some persuasion, I can get an old terminal to interface with the new security terminals. Enough to open doors, at least. Problem is, I can't even crack version 1. So I need a good old-fashioned username and a password. And that's nowhere to be found in the Institute. But if you could get me a pre-war admin password from the surface, I could log right in.
I'll find it for you.
That's great. Unfortunately, the obvious place to look won't work. The CIT ruins were picked clean years ago, but some of the admins had to live off campus. Ask your friends in the Railroad. I need those login credentials.
We're all looking forward to working with you. Pardon me.
I can't imagine living on this surface. It sounds like a nightmare.
Welcome to the Institute, man.
Scanning. Unknown identity. Clearance.
It's an honor to have you here, man.
No visible reaction to the K-14 combat. We'll start with this job. Those joining this marginalist and the side.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum.
All done. You can return to your duties and remember to record every symptom you experience.
When are you going to tell me about this?
You smell like you've been above ground.
Good
Pardon
to
me.
see you.
Pardon me.
Do you require anything?
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Just as you gave life to Father, he gave life to many of us.
Father's work has been a real inspiration for me.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
You've got technology.
I'm glad you... Ultimately, unfortunately, no as remarkable as us. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia.
We'll bring that synth home.
That would be best for it. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay.
Mum, do proceed carefully here. I find this place unsettling.
Hey.
Mum,
Hey, Codsworth.
another is already in the works.
How do you think things are between us?
Well, things could always be better, Mum. It would be nice to see you back to your old self again.
Your thoughts?
The bartender says, we don't serve faster than light particles in here. A tachyon walks into the bar.
Your thoughts?
Just the Commonwealth.
Really?
Nuclear war.
That was it.
All right, then.
That all you got? I'm hit. For that. You call this a fight, Lord? Son of a... When will they learn? Guess I'll keep hoping.
Let's make this quick, shall we?
You humans. Running close quarters subroutine.
Only one left!
You should have given up. I'm gonna make this
You must be the courser I'm supposed to meet.
Yes, ma'am. Designation X688. I've already neutralized the perimeter guard. Just give the word, and we can start the assault on the main flotilla.
Sounds like you're in quite capable hands, Mum.
All right, let's go.
Right behind you, ma'am. My orders are to help you capture the scene.
Light him up!
Gotta reload sometime, asshole! Gonna fucking pay for that!
I'm the only one still alive.
Hold up a moment, ma'am. There's something important I need to tell you.
I'm listening.
I'm going to give you B592's reset code. If he hears the code phrase, it'll reset his cognitive processes and make him docile. You'll need to say B592 initialize factory reset, followed by the authorization code Gamma71 Epsilon. Once he's shut down, I can transport him safely back to the Institute.
Good. I'd like to avoid any unnecessary violence.
A wise decision, Mum.
Well, he might not be alone up there. Violence might be inevitable. That's all, ma'am. Ready when you are.
Yes.
It's best to finally choose which of that load to drop.
Well done. By your gear, I'm gonna guess you two are agents just like me. So, made it to the top.
B592 initialize factory reset. Authorization Gamma71 Epsilon.
Austin, you okay? Gabriel, can you hear me?
Have I mentioned I'm afraid of heights?
We're not alone.
Especially ones with ramshackle, crumbly bits.
Don't forget to check your ammo level. Nice work, man. I'll take the sync back. This is X688, ready to relay with reclaimed synth B592.
Terminal's gotta be somewhere. Yes.
Hey, it's Charmer. Charmer's back. We're all the sense God.
Desdemona.
Oh, thank God.
Woo! See, Des, I told you the was held.
Funny, you didn't sound certain yesterday. It is really, really good to see you. Did it work? Did you make it inside the Institute?
I met with the leader of the Institute. And it turns out, he's my son.
What? Wasn't he just a little boy?
After they took him from me, they froze me in cryo.
Instead of being on ice for a few years, it's a few decades instead. The Institute's really done a number on you. Besides meeting your boy, did you meet Patriot too? Did Tom's holotape work?
I met Patriot. His name is Lee.
I knew you'd get the job done. Write up a full report on Pam's terminal. After you're done, we'll analyze it and figure out the next step. Get to it.
Clear's transmitting loads of information. At first glance, the atmosphere appears normal, but I'm going to dive deep into the data. I already lined up another place to stash one of my babies, if you got the time.
Bet you never met a synth before, Glory.
Agent identified. Another DIA cache awaits recovery.
Maybe later.
Timetable for this task is not critical. Location of cache being transmitted to your Pip-Boy. Conversation terminated.
You're the real deal. You actually made it inside the Institute.
Ah, good, you're here. There's been a development. A raider gang has captured one of our agents, codenamed Blackbird. The twist is, we thought he was already killed at Augusta Safe House. Desdemona clings to the far-fetched hope that A, Blackbird is alive, and B, he can tell us what happened to the synths held at Augusta when it fell. So she wants you to tackle this fool's errand.
If Blackbird's alive, I want to bring him back.
As you see fit. The dead drop has the full briefing. Raiders aren't known for keeping their captors alive. But, since you're risking your neck, good luck.
Hey.
Mom.
Codsworth.
Yes?
How do you think things are between us?
Hard to tell, Mum. I feel we're more acquaintances than anything these days. You just haven't been yourself lately.
How do you think things are?
A bit uncertain these days, I'm afraid. It's as if I no longer recognize you sometimes. I can't imagine the woman I once knew making the choices you do today.
Your thoughts?
The last thing raiders need is an intelligent leader. It would make them a proper force to be reckoned with, that's for sure.
Your thoughts?
Only the anxiety of what future adventures await us.
What? Your thoughts?
Are you sure that it...
Your thoughts?
I live to serve.
What do you think about our...
A difficult inquiry, Mum. I wonder the same thing myself. Things have certainly changed, and not for the better.
What do you...
I'm afraid that's a bit of an unknown, Mum. You're no longer the woman I knew who went into that vault 200 years ago.
How do you think things are between us?
I'm afraid that's a bit of an unknown, Mum. You're no longer the woman I knew who went into that vault 200 years ago.
Oh, nothing.
All right, then.
I hope to God the Institute doesn't find us here. At least not soon.
importance of Bunker Hill and our asset there is not widely known. Please keep it that way.
Hi, how you doing and nice to meet you, XX.
I suppose you're here.
Emoji waving hand.
Glad you're with us. You from one of those vaults? You got too many teeth to be a scout.
Well, I'm just confused about the story ends and lines.
Sorry, Tinker Tom's got me doing...
So I have to be careful my steps in gong.
We're actually
My
going
trail
to do
on this game ends at 10 February.
But we're going to rescue my people.
I should better hurry up to get all the ends in gong.
Deacon's record is the best. You could learn a lot from him.
I suppose you're here.
Pam.
Preliminary analysis complete.
Anything we need to move on?
Affirmative. Codename Patriot requires admin credentials for Code Defender security software. Cross-indexing CIT security administrators with 2077 Commonwealth Census records. Filtering by surviving structures. One match found. Bergman. Wilfred. Bergman. Wilfred. Registered as co-owner of Cambridge Polymer Labs. Estimated 81% chance of login credentials being located at this facility.
Thanks, Pam.
Complement detected. Analysis irrelevant.
After you get the password report back here. With any luck, we'll have a game plan by then.
I'd be remiss were I not to inform you of your bare chickenness.
Welcome to the Cambridge Polymer Labs. Employment opportunities await in the field of scientific research. Shall we begin your application now?
I'm in trouble here.
I don't have time for this.
I am required to inform you that this is a secure facility, and access by non-employees is restricted to the lobby.
Hostile life sign. Ouch! Not this time.
Nice.
sad this level of technology is like a lost art.
I'm so pissed today. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now in this mission. In 1 hour I go Karks. Into pissed for this game. Man, I don't want to play this game 1,000 times to just get separate trophies.
Bingo.
Can't remember this. It's just 4 years ago I played this game on DefRekka X, PSN.
Half of you know this already, but something so big, I can't ask people to keep it secret anymore. The rumor is true. One of our agents has made it inside the Institute. Is this what Tina Tom is working on? Yes, Tom's work is related. But the device and the assembly was the one we used.
Brilliant.
After the device was assembled, she made it inside the Institute, and then back out. Where is the Institute? We're not sure exactly. Best guess is that it's somewhere under the old CIT. But they've been using a teleportation device to get in and out, so it could be anywhere. What did she find out? I know you all have questions, but I've said everything I'm going to. But know this. The ops you're planning and running now are the most important of ours. We have a chance at rescuing more synths than we ever dreamed of. So get it done.
She explained why, but I couldn't figure it out.
I got the code defender password for Patriot.
Excellent work. On our side, we've gone through your report. It was extraordinary. So many pieces of the puzzle clicked into place. Our final analysis indicates the Institute is far more formidable than we ever feared or imagined. If we stage a mass breakout, Patriot's 13 synths will undoubtedly be the last we ever save. Instead, we use this one chance to rescue all the synths. Every last one of them.
That's a bold plan.
We can't waste this up.
Sure.
The Institute will never let... So the heart of our talk with Z1...
Z1 seems capable.
We always thought Patriot was the savior of the synths.
Right.
As much as we owe Patriot, if he learns we're willing to kill to free... Good luck. We're all with you.
I want to flush your system. Get away before your hair falls out.
Sorry for the fast travel.
3 levels of approval. Can you believe that? 3!
We must speak quickly. We cannot risk being discovered. I have made arrangements. I can get the 13 we discussed into position. But, tell me, do you think Mr. Benet's plan will work?
A better plan is...
And I thought Mr. Benet... Of course I'd fight for my... But enough to face... Yes, but we should...
All people want to be free.
If the railroad inspires everyone like... You will give my people... I admire Mr. Benet. I will talk to my...
Did I turn off the interferometer? Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance duty in SRB last night. Anything you'd like to report?
Nothing to report, sir. I carried out my duties, as usual.
You get me what we talked about, and I'm in business.
Is Dr.
Liam, I got you your username and password.
You railroad guys really deliver, you know? Hooking that ancient tech, so hand it over and I'll get started.
But I swear it's not what it sounds like. I was cleaning the terminal and it...
Here you go.
Great. Z-114 is working the atrium again. Can you give him an update? It's safer.
Right.
Maybe you need to be reset.
Sir, I assure you that won't be necessary. It won't happen again.
See that it doesn't. You don't want me to tell you twice. Now get back to your duties.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done, all that he has built.
Please don't get any germs on me.
C1?
Do you require anything?
Everyone's excited about the new synth project. Father is more than just our leader. He is our...
Father has done remarkable things. I would not exist were it not for him.
I'm glad to see you return safely. I know the task was difficult, but I needed you to see firsthand how dangerous a rogue synth can be.
Gabriel and his gang were sick bastards, hanging their victims up like trophies. I'm just glad it's over.
While we can do nothing for Gabriel's victims, we can at least take comfort in the knowledge that the threat has been removed. But enough about that. The task is done, and you've returned our synth safely to us. I couldn't have hoped for a better outcome. Well done. While you were away, I had quarters prepared for you. You'll find all the basic necessities, as well as a generous stock of arms and equipment. Go and have a look. I think you'll be quite pleased. I hope you'll find your quarters adequate.
Just a routine patrol, ma'am.
Your quarters are just inside, ma'am. When you're finished here, ma'am, Father wants to see you.
Decent water, huh? Two 4-H shitting, I mean sitting. Buttocks already not have more feelings, Pearl.
Sounds like those raiders at Brotherhood. Quite a handful.
I asked my friends if they'd take a...
C1?
I asked my friends if they'd take up arms for their freedom. I was surprised at the number of volunteers. Perhaps once the fighting begins, many others will join us. But we will fight and die very quickly unless we have weapons. A lot of them. Given the right materials, we can make our own crude but serviceable weapons. Unfortunately, we're missing a few critical ingredients.
I have weapons I could give you.
Excellent. Deposit anything you can spare in Maintenance Closet 3B. But we need enough weapons to arm an entire rebellion. So the ingredients are still necessary.
Tell me how I can help.
We've come up with a plan to get what we need. The Institute's always expanding. Excavation just completed on one of the sublevels. The mining equipment has been packed into crates and they haven't been moved yet. That equipment has everything we need. Thanks to Mr. Benet, the construction crew is populated solely by my friends. But they're under constant supervision. How do you feel about killing some guards?
I'll do it, if it's necessary.
We could come up with no other way. After you eliminate the guards, we'll move the supplies and blow up the tunnels behind us. To the SRB, it will be a tragic construction accident that killed many synths. Rare, but not unheard of. And then, our dead friends can assemble the weapons we need. Good luck.
Stupid human. Wear armor. Bearing all. And then some.
Hey.
Something you need, Mum?
Hey, Codsworth.
Take this.
Your thoughts?
Mum, you've no idea how excruciating it is to see the Commonwealth in such a state.
What do you think about our relationship?
A bit uncertain these days, I'm afraid. It's as if I no longer recognize you sometimes. I can't imagine the woman I once knew making the choices you do today.
What do you think about our relationship?
A bit uncertain these days, I'm afraid. It's as if I no longer recognize you sometimes. I can't imagine the woman I once knew making the choices you do today.
That's all for now.
All right, then.
Decisions I make, add companion trophy, the worst.
Operating at full capacity.
My last week will start for vacation, then work starts again.
know what? Since we talked, I'm feeling swell. Look at the two of us here in Sanctuary, prepared for the future. They didn't tell me. Just to make sure everyone filled out their forms. I was supposed to win a pack of steak knives.
From what I hear, that rogue synth at Libertalia is a real menace. Glad it's back where it belongs.
And I got a buggy game now, don't know how to finish the research. It is not on map anyway now, congratulations FO4.
Your presence here is a great gift. Not just to Father, but to all of us.
C1?
Do you require anything?
Hello, Mother. Tell me, what would you do when someone has stolen from you?
After everything I've been through to find you, I think you already know.
I'm sorry, Mother. Of course, you're right. The group that calls themselves the RailRoad have acquired several synths from the Institut. Synths that had gone missing in recent months. They no doubt mean to free these synths, in their delusion that synths are somehow sentient beings. You've been in contact with the RailRoad, so you're aware of their misguided beliefs.
They mean well. They're only doing what they think is right.
You dealt with Libertalia. That's the result of their selfish, short-sighted plan. Usually they are a minor nuisance, but lately they have become more emboldened. I'm afraid we've reached the point where a response is necessary. We have learned the current location of these synths, and need to reacquire them before the RailRoad can hide them.
Sounds pretty simple.
Hopefully, yes. But it's important that we act on this soon, before the RailRoad has any indication we've tracked them. We also don't want the Brotherhood of Steel getting wind of the presence of the synths. That would only complicate matters.
Hey, I'll act quickly. You can count on me.
You'll have a contact waiting for you just outside Bunker Hill. Good luck.
It must make you proud to see all that Father has done.
Sure, let's return easily.
Nothing to report, ma'am.
LOL, thought they shoot on me now.
You have done your part, and we'll do ours. Weapon construction will begin immediately.
Three ways now to go, and how I hate
The
it.
greatest challenge remaining is keeping all of this secret from the SRB. So we're being very careful, which, unfortunately, takes time. For now, please continue working with Father. We can't afford for him to grow suspicious. When my people are ready, I will contact you.
I do RailRoad first. Tomorrow, Brotherhood and Institut.
God damn it! Losing Augusta is a real blow. Not your fault, I know.
Can I talk to you?
Something on your mind?
The Institute knows about Bunker Hill. They're planning to recapture the synths there.
The timing couldn't be worse. The old man's been sitting on those 4 synths. There's nowhere else that's safe we could put them. Maintaining your cover is vital. But the sacrifice is just too great.
Stockton and the synths are depending on us. We can't let them down.
Well said. We've never known when and where the Institute would strike us next. But now we have a chance to turn the tables. We wait until the enemy is in position, then we hit them hard. No one they send out comes back alive except you. Understand?
With me working the inside angle, this is doable.
We can't attack too early. We need to draw them into the kill zone, and then spring the trap. You'll know when. You'll probably have a Courser escort. You'll have to take him down. You've done it before, but it'll still be dangerous.
Like you said, I've done it before.
It's a risk, but it's one we have to take. So get it done.
Well, that monument has seen better days. I don't suppose there's much impressive fortifications. I hope that's not bad news for us.
I've been waiting for you.
Yeah. The line at the car wash? Super long. Took me forever.
Your attempt at humor is wasted. Our targets are inside. 4 synths under railroad protection. Majority of the settlement is uninvolved and are expected to run for cover. The situation appears to have escalated. A covert approach is likely impossible. We move in, secure the synths, and I relay out with them back to the Institute. Clear? The mission's parameters just... changed. We're going shooting. Requesting backup relay now.
Hostile sensor reading detected.
Someone there! Going to splatter your brain! Huh? What's that? Must be terminated. Annoying. Time to die!
Combat interference activated.
Damaged.
Attacking enemy.
Son?
You know, in all my years, I've never set foot outside the Institute. Not once. Since the day they brought me here. I've never had a reason. But now, this just confirms the truth I've always known. The Commonwealth is dead. There's no future here. The only hope for humanity lies below.
It's not so bad, really. People manage.
Perhaps. But at a cost too great to be worth it. Standing here, I'm reminded of how fortunate I am that I was spared a life in this wasteland. I know that to you, I was kidnapped from that vault. In truth, the Institute rescued me. Both of us, really.
They kept me alive, too?
They did, indeed. I was the perfect candidate. An infant with uncorrupted DNA. But if something were to go wrong, if I died, well, the Institute realized a contingency plan was prudent. Another source of pre-war DNA, preferably related to their primary subject. It only made sense that my parents should fill that role. So you were kept alive and safe within the vault. I'll admit, when I had you released from Vault 111, I had no expectations that you'd survive out here in all this. To not only do so, but manage to find me. To infiltrate the Institute itself. Extraordinary.
So it was you. You let me out?
Yes. It was my decision. Certainly it was no longer necessary to keep you suspended. Well, I suppose I wanted to see what would happen. An experiment of sorts. Would the Commonwealth corrupt you? As it has everything else. Would you even survive? Perhaps most curious to me, would you, after all this time, attempt to find me? And now I know the answer.
Sean, you need to know. I still love you.
I can see that you do. Well, it's remarkable. Soon, I hope you'll understand. Everything I've done has been for the future. A future which I hope is not in jeopardy after recent events. Bunker Hill did not go well for us. Would you care to explain what happened?
We were totally ambushed. They were waiting for us.
You can imagine that I find that very hard to believe, given that all the intelligence leading up to this indicated we'd taken them by surprise. Bunker Hill was to cement your place as a valuable asset to the Institute. It will now only raise suspicions. And to see the Brotherhood of Steel involved in this? They had no way of knowing what was going on. I will refrain from sharing the outcome with the Directorate for the moment. Things are already in motion that this would only derail. Speaking of which, it's time for you to become more involved in the future of the Institute. I'd like you to join me inside. The Directorate is meeting, and you should be there. I'll be waiting. I've seen enough. It's time to go back in.
IU. Not in a mood, men. Too many decisions and I'm pissed too. Sorry. Hope you're okay, brother. Emoji saluting face.
I wish Quinton would stop telling those stupid stories.
Let's get this directorate meeting over with before we speak further. Well, it's important. Good, we're all here. I think it's time we begin.
Sir, excuse me, but what exactly is she doing here?
I will address that issue. But there are other subjects that require our attention first. The level of unrest in the Commonwealth continues to rise, as we're all aware. Your report.
All Institute facilities remain completely secure with the exception of one notable breach. Otherwise, internally things are as tight as they've ever been. Dr. Ayo has been keeping an eye on things topside.
Yes, Watchers show no additional threats beyond those previously identified. We're still monitoring the increased activity around Fort Independence, but there are no immediate signs we should be concerned. Boston International Airport remains occupied, with Brotherhood presence noted at several other points throughout the Commonwealth. Intelligence suggests that this railroad continues to operate and is becoming more ambitious. SRB agents are monitoring all known situations, sir.
Very good, thank you. It's clear that our safety needs to be the primary concern going forward. To that end, where are we on Phase 3?
Sir, are you sure this is the time to be discussing it? Given, well, considering all parties present?
Ah, yes, that's true. Have you heard anything about Phase 3?
I have no idea what that is.
I'll admit I'm relieved. It's intended to be something of a classified project, which I'm sure means everyone already knows about it. Power is, as I'm sure you've seen above ground, a very valuable commodity. I'm not talking about some abstract concept of control. I mean real, tangible power. The kind that keeps the lights on. With every advance the Institute makes, our need for raw power increases. Many compromises and sacrifices have been made over the years to allow progress to continue.
In this world, I'm sure compromise is necessary.
Quite right. For far too long, we've been dependent on others. On our surroundings. That time is over. Phase 3 is simply the activation of a nuclear reactor that can provide enough power to the Institute now and forever. It will ensure not just our survival, but our prosperity.
Can you tell me more about this reactor?
Certainly. It was originally built for the Commonwealth Institute of Technology before the war, but was only for testing. Over the years, we've advanced the technology, made a great many improvements, and are finally nearly ready to activate it. The reactor is close to ready, but recent tests have determined we have a few tasks ahead of us. Thus, we come to Phase 3, and to how you will help.
Sir.
Yes, Dr. Ayo. Previously, we would rely on Kellogg for above-ground operations, yes? Well, he is gone. While I am not overly fond of putting my own mother in harm's way, she has proven more than capable of handling herself.
Yes, but...
This is not a matter for debate. Now, there is one more subject that requires discussion.
I don't know.
There is your eyeing Patrick smile.
This is the time.
Dr. Holdren, it is time. Please, as I'm sure several of you are already aware, I have been under Dr. Volkert's care for some time. I'm sorry, this is difficult for me. Our best efforts have failed.
It means
Every
hello, smile.
experimental treatment we could devise has been unsuccessful.
I know.
I'm sorry to say I am dying.
What? Can't be
Please,
serious.
everyone, please. I am sorry.
Just trying to
This
be
is not how I wanted to tell you.
LOL smile.
But we're running out of time.
You're dying?
I'm afraid so. A very aggressive form of cancer. Believe me when I say we've done everything we can. We can talk more later. Right now, the future of the Institute is at stake. The Institute cannot survive without leadership. The Directorate must continue to govern with the best interest of all in mind. To that end, I am naming my mother as my successor.
Oh, boy. You can't be serious!
Really? Seems a poor choice.
How can you possibly justify this? She isn't one of us. She isn't even a scientist.
I can smell already drifted tires. ... in an opened beer.
Say this. The Institute has enough scientists. What it needs is a leader. I believe my mother has already proven herself more than capable in that regard. This will conclude this meeting. Thank you.
Dr. Carlin's doing some amazing things with our genetically engineered crops.
It's my responsibility to make sure this place runs smoothly.
This truly is a wonderful place, isn't it?
LOL. I might live a stream car X tomorrow for a change. Oh man, how I hate to be in third person also to play 4 games in one. These trio fees on pad game, ... poo. LOL major. Railroad, Brotherhood, Minutemen or Institute, ... God thanks I save always. Definitely man. I am glad you had all your saves backed up.
I had no idea.
I know this is... well, it's a lot to take in at once. I'm sorry, Mother. I hope it wasn't too presumptuous of me to put you in charge without even asking first.
I can do the job.
Of course you can. That's why I made the decision. There's no question that some of the Directorate and the Institute at large will need reassurances about your appointment. That's why I'd like you to take charge of this latest operation. Dr. Fillmore can fill you in on the details. There are hard decisions ahead for all of us, but for you especially. I know that you'll do the right thing.
Finals, now I need to decide. Going forward with mass fusion, I decide for the Institute. Decide wisely. Or rather I go with RailRoads or Brotherhood, I get the other endings. That's why I got now the save backup. I better should give away the world. Means the live stream ends here and I upload this file I saved before for the folks. Enjoy, boss. Cause all files on QSA 02962 are corrupt. Also I got no DLCs on. Thank you for letting me chill in stream chill out. Okay, I'm out here. Going Karks. See you next time. Bye. Bye. Next week will be my last week. Vacations end. So rather LS then. Bye Patrick. Back to making real money.